Sometimes, I think about how I got to this point, how I ended up here. They report on me and my actions in the news all the time. Unsolved murder this, and suspect arrested that. Missing persons and kidnappings as well. They've never caught me, and they never will. After all, I'm one of the least likely people to be a serial killer, as far as the world is concerned. In a happy relationship, loving family, a well-paying job as a nighttime security guard, donates and volunteers for charities. Life is great. Of course, the security guard job is a front. What I really do is kidnap and or murder for the organization that I work for. Looking back, maybe it was always going to end up like this. I was never really a good kid. I ran away from home over dinner when I was little. I was always being violent, getting into fights, bullying my siblings, whatever. I used to say that I wasn't a bad kid, but I was lying to myself and everybody else. I suppose I've always been a monster. But I regret bullying my siblings, and I tried to make up for it. Unfortunately, there's one I can't reconcile with. When I was 19, my brother, Adam, was murdered. He was only 17. I think whatever good I had inside me died when I received the news. Granted, I clearly wasn't good given everything I'd done, as well as the fact that I was already working for ARC or Oculus or whatever. But after I was told about what had happened, I snapped, I guess. I completely stopped caring about others or their well-being, and I started taking pleasure in what I was doing. Others' pain became a way to get my hatred of everything and everyone out. About a year after my brother's death, I got an assignment that was highly unusual, but paid well. Leave a note for someone in Freetown, Fall River State Forest. Then wait at the Buccaneer Lounge for someone to show up at 7 p.m. And then bag them and bring them to HQ. It was unusual, as they rarely ever had people actually waiting for us, and where I was supposed to put the note was just as strange. Freetown, Fall River State Forest? Why? I decided a paycheck was a paycheck, and did it. While I was nailing it to the tree, I read the note. It said, typed out, bolded, and big letters, "I know who you are, Jack, and I know what Andrea's done to you. I want to help. Meet me at the Buccaneer Lounge at 7 p.m. I'll be waiting." This made me stop and think. Jack? As in Jack Evans? The only survivor of the bitch who killed my brother, maybe? It would explain a lot. I'd heard his family was massacred recently. He'd be eager for revenge. And if the note wasn't for him, I guess it doesn't matter as long as I get paid. So I finished nailing the note and left. I had some time to kill, so I decided to take another local assignment while I waited. It took longer than I expected, but I got it done, and I was still there before 7 o'clock. The person waiting there was definitely Jack Evans. I told him not to move, bagged him, and made him get in the car. After a while, he started asking stupid questions, despite me telling him that he'd get answers later. I decided to act semi-friendly, answer the questions, and turn on the radio. Eventually, we got to HQ, dealt with the guard, and got Jack to the stupid recruitment interview thing. Got bitched at for following protocol, as usual. Mayor may have been good at acting nice when recruiting, but that's just an act too. An act to sell you. Nobody would miss the bastard if he were dead. Then again, the same could be said for most of us. Anyways, Mayer lied through his teeth about what Ark and Oculus were doing, manipulating Jack into joining. I thought about beating the ever-loving fuck out of him, but decided against it. Jack joined. I was sent off to do other stuff. I continued increasing my violence all the while. Life went on. A few years passed. Today, I was given a mission to kidnap a woman and get rid of the baby. Was made to partner up for some goddamn reason. I was having a really bad day and wasn't in the mood to follow the fake protocol they gave Jack. Luckily for me, I was put in charge. I kicked in the door, terrifying the bitch and her worthless infant inside. I ripped the brat out of her arms and slammed it onto the floor, then proceeded to mash it into a paste with my boots. The bitch wouldn't stop screaming, so I bashed her with my pistol, tied her up and gagged her. Jack was furious, but I really didn't give a shit. Neither would our superiors. I passed by him earlier, and the way he looked at me, my blood ran cold. I haven't been afraid of anything in years, until that moment. The hatred and rage in his eyes was like nothing I'd ever seen before. I don't think I'm going to live to see tomorrow.